Let's begin with flash floods in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. Reports by the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency and other climate organizations listed Lagos as one of the 10 cities across the world that may sink, listen to that, in 2050 due to low topography. Heavy rainfall, which led to flooding that submerged many parts of Lagos, buttressed the growing concern about further rise in the sea level. On Saturday, heavy rain disrupted Eid-El-Kabir prayers and celebrations in Lagos, forcing many people indoors. Those who ventured out faced torrid time moving around. Emergency responders rescued 3 persons from a jeep that was swept away by heavy flood around Oyatoki area of Agege. Let's share some of the videos with you.
Push out. Thank God for life. Thank God for life. Hey, come.
We are in front of this barrack. See, Mada Barracks. Mada Barracks, Java. See water. See water.
During rainy season, to look for the house. I'm waiting this one they define. It has reduced.
Jide, let's start by disabusing people's mind first of all. The situation we find ourselves in Lagos. The report I read, Lagos is one of those sinking cities that has been predicted by the United Nations that we are below sea level. So yes, this has nothing to do with maladministration in Lagos.
No, well, the truth is, people expect every government to solve every problem. This problem of flooding has defied even the best governors in Lagos State.
Well,
Fashola, for all that he did in Lagos, did not put an end to flooding. His boss, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not put an end to flooding. Tinubu tried to address flooding by looking at the urban and regional planning board. A lot of indiscipline, a lot of corruption, allowed people to build houses on drainage channels.
Same problem.
Tinubu fired people in that ministry because houses, including skyscrapers, were built on drainage channels. Who gave approval for those houses to be erected on drainage channels? Awolowo way. Even the Lagos Business School have been told that it's on a drainage channel. I've heard that before. So, no matter how good your intentions are, you also need the right people to work with you. If people allow houses to be built on floodplains, on natural pathways of water, we will have flooding problem. Lagos, by reason of geography, has found itself where it is. It's not only in our country that this happens. Some Asian countries,
California,
their
Jakarta,
problem is worse
Indonesia.
than this. What happened in New Jersey the other day?
Oh, no.
You know? So tsunamis happen.
Yeah.
These things happen, but on our part, on the part of government, we ought to play our own part. Where people turn drainage channels to their refuse dump
sites.
where they will now be pouring, they now wait for the rains
to fall,
they now be
and you
pouring
carry out
their waste.
Your waste.
You can't do that. A lot of even the canals are blocked already with plastics and other things because of indiscriminate dumping of waste. We have to look at that. I agree that we have serious issues that have to do with the geography of Lagos and other natural issues. But our people need to change their ways. You can't simply go and be bringing your waste once you see that rain is about to start falling. I mean, what was all this? You know? So this is some things need to be addressed. The Lagos State government must not relent in spite of the fact that we know that, look, there is a prediction waiting to happen. But we have to play our part. Global warming is also a factor.
Climatic change.
Yes, so it's triggering all kinds of problems that were not there before. But we still have to play our part as a people.
The special advisor on drainage on his Facebook page this morning actually showed the major drainage channels in Lagos, and he now showed 4 papers dumped. People, after eating that cellophane paper, dumping it on the drainage, and that was everything I saw.
Well, the fact of the matter is that Lagos is one of the oldest cities in the world. We are talking of about since 12th century and became a colony in 1865. Since that time, even the colonial masters, the colonial lords, have been battling the problem of flood in Lagos. Remember the panegyric of Lagos? Aromisa Legbe. It's associated with Lagos State. Yes. So that problem has always been there. And I think in the 60s and the 70s there was original plan, fashioned out by Lagos, also improved upon by Yakonde. But for about 27 years of military rule, nothing was done. I think that was where we got it wrong. There was lack of, commitment to procedures. There was people gave land anyhow to cronies. People built anyhow. So that tradition of orderliness was lost until 1999, when Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu decided to start a new plan to reclaim Lagos, even after 27 years of damage. And we must realize that reclaiming Lagos, the government needs a very key pivotal role to play, but not just the government alone. We as individuals, we are not environmentally conscious. People dump waste anywhere. Go to our market stores. People just every day pack deaths on the street. So, and we don't have respect for environmental laws. We build houses anywhere where you are supposed to build just a small house. You build a mansion there, and when you don't have approval, you start building before you even get approval. So, it's a collaborative effort of the state government, communities, and also the federal government. And we must also realize that Lagos is listed as one of the 10 sinking cities. It's about 1 meter below sea level, which has been there for a long time. In fact, in Indonesia, they are moving their capital from Jakarta to Benue.
Because Jakarta is threatened.
Yes, it's threatened. They are moving it about 100 kilometers away. Mexico City, Houston, Venice, in Italy, California. So it's a major problem, and compounded, like Babagide said, with climate change, which it has less to do with Lagos State. It has to do with a global warming. It's a global phenomenon. So we all need to collaborate together, the state government, communities, and corporate organizations. There must be higher corporate responsibility. If you see some companies sited in residential areas, which is not supposed to be so, some industrial companies just release their waste into where people live. So we need a lot of collaboration between the government, communities, and the federal government before we can deal with this problem effectively.
Usually it's as bad as in some other communities. They wait till the dead of the night and they come out at places that are not designated as dump sites, even express roads. They will dump this thing, they will dump it there. There's a particular place I know around the Ju Road there. They will just dump it. Every day Loma comes there. I came down one day to ask the head of the team that, is this a designated dump site? And I said, no, that people just come in the middle of the night. They form that habit. They will dump it, thinking that they will come there the next day to pack it.
Well, the bad behavior of our people has to be addressed. Our people are behaving badly in many ways. And sometimes you ask yourself, why are our people behaving in this manner? Look, Ashwa Tinubu came up with what we call the drain dogs back then. And because he realized that the drains were always clogged, that he needed to do something about them. Now, for some of the modern roads that he gave Lagos, you will notice that the drains were always covered. Those drains were covered to make it difficult for people who dump refuse in them. Okay. You know, when there's snow, when they put a slab on it, it's covered, there's just a small vent. Okay. You know, for those who may want to clean it, to be able to lift the slabs. So that's the only opening that you see. So you can't dump refuse. But unfortunately, refuse dumped kilometers away, when they start coming, it will get to a point that they will just clog the drains. So when they clog the drains, including, I'm talking about drains that have been covered normally now. When they clog the drains, the water then spills onto the road, and then
even
goes into people's homes.
Destroy the
road.
Yes.
Because you see, they say that bitumen and water are never friends of one another. Any road that is constantly waterlogged will never last. It will fail in no time. So you see the way rainwater will now be spreading from the road straight into people's homes. That's what we see. All these places, Okekoto, Abotikui, all of those places in Agege, if you are seeing signals that it's about to rain, you better start running for 40 from that area, start going home. And if it gets to the, you can see now that you're on the road and you can see that the water is rising.
Yes.
Get out of your car. Get out of your car. Even mile 12. You need to see. You know, the funny thing about mile 12, one side of the road full of water, the other side not really full of water. So it's a big problem here. And I'm saying that, yes, there are some radical changes that we should see. For me, when I'm driving through Lagos Island, in some parts of Lagos Island, I see the drains. The drains are not wide enough. I think that somebody has to look at the drainage architecture for Lagos and expand those drains, make them also deeper. Because, look, go to, I think in the hotel, for example, take a look at the drains in the hotel. At the time when those drains were made, the population of Lagos was not this much. The problem of flooding in Lagos was not this much. Yeah. So it means that these times need drains that can hold much more water than we are seeing now, so that they will be able to lead the water right up to the canals, rather than spilling onto the road and spilling into people's homes. You know, look, how can you have an hotel with so much history, like Federal Palace Hotel? You see people using canoe when that place is in front of Federal Palace Hotel. That kind of hotel, steeped in history. You see people using canoe in front. It's not fiction. You see people using canoe to move around in front of Federal Palace Hotel. The whole area waterlogged. I mean, it's not as if they are playing water polo game, but you just see people, some of them, they turn it to fun.
Yeah, no, some people even make money. They just
no, they can't. Especially women who don't want to get their body soiled. They'll see women carrying. They'll carry women like they are carrying babies. You know, some of them taking advantage of those women, and they just take them across the water.
My producer even just mentioned my Don area in Mount 12 area.
Yes, so those areas, even when they open the Onyon Dam, you know that Onyon Dam, anytime they
tell them to evacuate
them, that whole area is usually flooded.
Okay, this is what we were saying.
That one is a yearly affair. You can't tell them not to open the dam, because if they don't open the dam and release some of the water, if the dam breaks, it will kill people.
The erosion.
If the dam breaks by itself, people will die.
So they must release.
So they must release some of the water. Release some of the water. Yeah, usually when they do that, this whole area, that the Ikorodu side, people's homes will be flooded. People will lose their belongings, and I think government has even created a place where they usually take them every year.
I think they are calling on Lagos State government to intervene in that Maidon area of Mile 12. That they have their investments there, and it has been damaged substantively with what happened yesterday. Usually, the rain yesterday was just...
No, it's even my own houses. Even my own house, I've not had that kind of... just was raining for hours.
Yes, I came out around 5:30 a.m. and it was raining ferociously. And I was watching it. I wanted to go out watching it. 12 noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. And I was even wondering.
We've not had that for a very long time. Maybe around 2012 or so.
Yeah. That Sunday, July Sunday something, July 10th.
Go and kill people.
Yeah, yes, I remember.
And it started 3 days ago, almost non-stop. Just little interlude. It's a very big problem for everybody. We just need to be more conscious environmentally.
Yeah.
I know the Lagos government is investing in ocean barriers, and many other things, but we need to also be part of the effort to be able to reclaim Lagos individually, and because if Lagos State does what Anambra State is doing, a lot of houses will go down, and people will come back and blame the government. And why are you pulling down, people's homes? A lot of houses.
The alternative is to watch people die, like it happens in the north, for example, when they have flooding. Kills people. Flooding in Katsina will sweep away houses and people. They will go and find some corpses in Niger Republic. It's that bad. In Katsina, when they don't experience a huge volume of rainfall. You can almost count on your fingers.
But any time.
But one single rainfall, can cause so much flooding that even plants, farm produce will be destroyed.
Even cows.
So yes, we've seen water, we've seen rainwater, sweeping cows away in the north. So it's I think this year government has to be alive to its responsibility because this is just the beginning. The north is yet to get to the peak of the rainy season. In fact, they just begun. So by the time we get to the peak, if we don't take some remedial steps now, we may not be able to handle the aftermath.